Hello everyone, and welcome to day number 8 of your daily Chofetz Chaim. Having finished the preface, we now begin the introduction to the Sefer Chofetz Chaim. The Chofetz Chaim writes that through Hashem's boundless love for the Jewish people, He distanced us from any negative traits, including speaking negatively about others, called Lashon Hara and Rechilus. This trait, this sin, brings strife and discord amongst people, and many times it can even be the cause of bloodshed, as we find in the incident of Nov, the city of Kohanim, that was wiped out entirely on account of Lashon Hara that was said about its inhabitants. In addition, the Chofetz Chaim writes, there have been many terrible tragedies that have befallen mankind and the Jewish people through Lashon Hara, beginning with the very first sin in history, that of the Nachash, the serpent in Gan Eden, as he was convincing Chava to eat from the fruit of the tree of knowledge in the Garden of Eden. The serpent spoke Lashon Hara about Hashem and said that Hashem ate from this tree of knowledge, and that's what gave him the ability to create the rest of the world. And he just doesn't want you, Adam and Chava, to eat from it as well, because then you will be like him. And through this, without getting into the depth of what that argument was about, but through this we know the result, and that was that Adam and Chava did succumb and eat from the tree of knowledge, and that brought about, among many other consequences, death to mankind as a whole. In addition, the reason for the Jewish people having to go into exile in Egypt, spending over 200 years in bitter slavery, all began when Yosef spoke Lashon Hara about his brothers. Even though, the Chofetz Chaim writes, he had leniencies and he had reasons that he was allowed to speak that Lashon Hara, nevertheless, we find that at the moment that he spoke Lashon Hara, it was decreed that he would be sold as a slave and sent down to Egypt, with all of the Jewish people following after. In addition, the exile that we find ourselves in today, 2,000 years of persecution, of bloodshed, of anti-Semitism, all was decreed when the spies came back with their negative report about the land of Israel, which the Talmud teaches us was the sin of Lashon Hara. In addition, we know that during the times of the evil King Yanai, all of the sages of the Jewish people practically were wiped out at the hands of King Yanai, and that again was because of Lashon Hara that was said. And finally, the Chofetz Chaim notes that the city of Beitar, which was a major metropolis of Jewish people, was also killed out on account of the sin of Lashon Hara.